All right, y'all, we're back again. You right here on Sports Club Florida. I'm the boy Coach Low, a.k.a. the Cap King, and we got another great week ahead of you. And we had a great week last week, and it's going down to the funky sound backed up by James Brown. I'm talking about it was some fire going on this weekend. And boy, I tell you right now, it didn't end on Saturday. It actually went on Sunday. So stay tuned to the Facebook Live on Sports Club Florida. But I can't do it out by myself. I got to do it with my boys. Coach Katt, R&R Sports Media. Hey, listen, Katt, are you ready to rock and roll?
Man, I'm so excited. I think I was the only one 3-0 this week. Hello,
Well, yeah,
hello,
yeah,
hello, hello. Games
yeah.
of the week.
Uh,
Hey, we had some great games this week. Lakeland versus Lake Mary, DP versus Apopka, and last but not least, the last one,
Evans and Jones,
you know what,
baby.
and that was a barn burner the entire time. But y'all know
Well,
what it is. Go ahead, get it to them.
well, hey, at the same time, though, we're gonna get into that there right there. But no, we got our boy Mr. Right Choice. You know what I mean? Willing and dealing and
What's up?
bringing it to you straight and bringing it to you raw. Well, he got some insight for y'all today. Mr. Right Choice, what's going on?
Man,
Hello.
nothing going on. I got a better record this week than last week. No goose egg for me. So, but
Well,
but you guys, we got something special for you upcoming. We're switching up our little routine just a second because we got a call in coming in for you guys from one of the coaches from one of our three picks. So we're gonna jump right into this. I'm gonna let them two talk for a second. Why I pull up. We're gonna start going over the scores from our top 10, and then we're gonna relate them later on, you guys.
Well, listen, I tell you one thing, them scores did not disappoint once again this week, Katt. I mean, you seen the scores, and let me. As I drove home from Lake Mary and Lakeland game, Katt, I was wondering the element. How big did the element play a role in the scores? Because I'm hearing that a lot of high school was not able to even practice because of the weather. Some high school couldn't even go in the gym because other sports like volleyball was in the gym. Some couldn't go in
Gotcha.
the cafeteria because there wasn't enough space. How much film you gonna watch? So, hey, so when all is said and done, if you can't fly around in practice, it's kind of hard to fly around in the game because you don't know really what's going on because you had a chance to actually practice. So, are you hearing the same
Yes,
thing that
sir.
this weather is really playing a big factor in the scores and the games?
I'm not gonna buy that one. I tell you this. As long as it's not thundering and lightning, it's called football weather to me. Hello. So I know a lot of teams were out there still hanging and banging while it was coming down. You get me? But I will say we had a couple of delays because of those inclement weather conditions that we experienced on Friday. And I'm telling you now, nobody was trying to make up any game this past weekend because we had to cancel games and make up games already from week one. So
Correct.
I definitely think that the refs and all of the teams were eager to finish those games this week.
Well, I know it's right because I got home at 12:30 at night from Lake Mary. And then I had to get up in the morning and drive down to Miami to St. Thomas University watching my son play. So I'm like, man, well, there's some dedicated things going on right here from Seminole County all the way to Dade County. So yeah, but they had to get it done. And a lot of coaches said they just want to make it happen for their kids have opportunity to play. There's no reason why they cannot play. I look at college football. Sometimes the game's on to 12 midnight. So what's the difference in high school? There's no school that Saturday, so it really don't matter. Everybody just line up, play, wait it out. But at the same time, that is a mental factor, though, Katt. That's a mental factor because I talked to a coach, and he's gonna come on very soon. I talked to his head
Okay.
coach, and his head coach said they sat in the locker room almost an hour and 45 minutes after playing a quarter. Now you got to get their mindset and hype and their energy and their all that right back up again.
Regoing, I
They
I
go.
understand that. I
I
do.
mean, hey, I'm just saying now. If it's
Yeah.
excuses, it's excuses. But all I know is it's an element, and if you don't prepare in the element, prepare to be in an element. Sometimes it's tough for you mentally. And nowadays, these kids ain't mentally strong. So, hey, I'm just call it like it is. But
So
we did
real
have a.
quick,
Go ahead.
no, so real quick, you guys, I got to pull it up. The first game is up on our list. We had on our top 10 was first up was Jones. Jones, as you can see, was 28-21. Real quick, I ain't gonna do no recap at this current moment, but I will definitely say that weather played a factor in this too. There was about an hour delay after the first
Okay.
quarter. They cleared out the whole stands, which I never seen before. Told everybody to go out, leave the stands, or go in their car. So that game was definitely a delay too at 4 o'clock. I believe they should have played
Whoa.
at 11 due to the rain. But any quick thoughts on this, real quick, guys, for the 28-21?
Well, I know that's a pick. That's one of our pick three.
Man,
That's our pick three. That's our pick three. So,
hey,
do we
I
need to?
just did not think that it would have been. To be honest, all right. Evans was ahead in this game, 14-7. I want to say at halftime. And when Lowe called me and told me that, I said, "You are lying." But by all means, that there it's a rivalry game. They understand each other. They know how they play each other, and they prepared. And the score told you that right out. Okay.
Yeah,
But on to the next game. Our number two team, Coco Tiger, took on the IMG Ascenders, and the score ended up being 13-34, where IMG Ascenders took that one. What are your thoughts on that game, Coach?
Just right
Just real
quick,
quick.
right there quick. The game definitely start off the way it's supposed to start off with a lot of intensity, a lot of fight for some top players. I mean, both sides of the ball have power five players on both sides of the ball, as you know. So when you got a quarterback like 2026 Brady Hart at Coco, got a defense end that committed to Florida State, lined up against guys like Jake Crowell, who transferred. We talked about him on the show that had a big game. Gavin Nix, who committed to Miami. Right, you had it's so many guys that we know personally that played against each other, and that's out of our area in a sense. And that
Yeah.
game there, first half was like, I mean, rocking. It was on, but then, of course, IMG rose up to do what everybody, expect them to do. They got an expectation,
Okay.
IMG, and they did do it and finish the game with 34-13 victory over the Coco Tigers.
Well, I will say that IMG is they're responding after that loss. They took week one versus corner. I can't remember if it was Corner Academy, Corner Catholic, but Corner something. I believe they're out of Utah. Um, After taking that loss, which everybody was stunned about, one, but it was 1 point. They are taking care of business, especially against one of the top teams here in Florida, the Cocoa Tigers. Again, the Cocoa Tigers play in the playoffs, deep in the playoffs every single year, competing for a state championship the past 3 years. Actually walking away with one, 2 of those years. So they definitely fought a good pedigree of players. All right,
all right.
but
Sir.
So
let's go
so,
on to the next.
real
Let's go
quick on that,
on.
just one recap real quick so we can go. IMG was ranked number 9 before this, and Coco was ranked number 11th nationally. I
Okay.
just want the Max Prep to just confirm that real quick. I'll pull up the next one real quick so we can go through the top 10. So we call in Coach. It's Lake Mary. Here we go. The
That's
scores.
number three, Lake Mary. This was one of our primetime games, game
This
of the
one right
week.
here.
Lake Mary versus Lakeland. This final score was a barn burner, and I'm gonna let you handle this one, Coach, because you were actually there. Give them a quick synopsis. How many overtimes did we go to?
Well, actually, it was more interesting enough that it was one overtime, but Lake Mary said, "Hey, it's 12 o'clock. Let's go for two," and that's what kind of ended it
Mm,
there. That game could have went on to multiple overtime, but it did not. Lake Mary said, "Hey, let's go for it. What is going to matter? Don't hurt the district. It don't hurt their conference. So why not go for it? Stand up stand tall and hey, give it a shot." And they did, and had an opportunity to win. The guy was wide open. It was just a little overthrown, and hey, game over, 35-34. Both quarterbacks played a great game. I was very impressed with both sides of the ball. So it's almost like the year of the quarterbacks. it's interesting enough. You're the quarterback, a Notre Dame commit and a North Dakota State University commit. Yeah, definitely was a good game.
All right, so guys,
Okay.
let's go ahead. We'll go to the first academy. We're gonna do two more because I know coach is ready in just a second. So next up we have, I think who
First
TFL?
Academy took on Treasure Coast this weekend. The final score ended up being 42 for the Royals over the Titans, who scored 7 the other night. All right. But we have somebody waiting right now. One of our coaches who joined with us during the media day, Coach Tyrone Sapp, with the DP
DP.
Panthers. You hear me? Coach, go ahead. Is he on?
No, before he calls in, I'm gonna go over his last score real quick.
Okay, go
So we
over
go to
this
top
last score.
because I just told him to call in. Seminole, we got Seminole score. As you can see, go ahead and call it, coach.
Well, I tell you one thing
Okay.
about the Seminole versus the lineman. Now, this right here was very interesting enough because it's kind of like a rivalry. You know, they right down the road, and people always say linemen's like Seminole stepchild or whatever you want to call it, and they always win. But linemen felt like they had a chance to get Seminole a run for their money. People, I don't know what it is, but teams actually feel like, you know what, we got a chance at Seminole this year. It's interesting enough. I don't know what happened with Jones or what the case might be, but people feel like that. And linemen went in thinking they had an opportunity and chance, and Simmons showed them that they do not, and all said and done. But on the flip side of it is, the guys stood up, they came up, whether or not, 43-13, Seminoles, top 10
I
still in
will.
there.
All right,
I
you
will
guys.
say.
I, I got Coach Sapp up, so I'm gonna go ahead and call him in.
Okay, there he is.
Sap, what's going on?
Coach T.
What up, Coach? Camp Kane, what up, baby?
Oh, man, I'm sitting here with
Okay.
my boy, Coach Katt, man, and
Coach
we're
Cat, what
just,
up?
yes,
That's
sir.
good, baby.
Well, we're glad I had it came on tonight for us on the Sports Club Florida. You know, I know with Coach Lowe and Coach Katt, and just breaking it
Oh
down. Like I
yeah.
said, we like to give Coach an opportunity to be on this platform, but at the same time, we know we're big in getting athletes on this opportunity to get on the platform. But we like there's sometimes we can't get everywhere, and having you as the DP offensive coordinator, all right, and of course we already know DP is a state champion, state runner up, winning program with the head coach right well at the helm. Always produce some of the top NFL player, probably some of the most in the business in Central Florida itself. So you ride on some great talent over there and have some great athletes over there. We just want to get into right quick Popka and and I
Versus
played
DP.
against DP, and Popka is stingy. They very stingy, and we had to talk to you for one reason. This is the reason I want to talk to you. I'm gonna give it to you raw. Y'all scored on a Popka.
Yeah, Coach. Shout out to my head coach, Rodney Wells. Shout out to the offense, all our great players and program. Yeah, Popka, man, very great defense. Prior to us playing them, no one had
Very
scored on a
safe.
Popka. And, we scored on them on the first drive before we had the
Yep.
lightning delay. I want to say about an hour and a half lightning delay. And that kind of hurt our momentum. We just got to stop on defense, and that's going to punt us the ball back. And then we went into a lightning delay. And as you know, when you break that momentum against a great team like a Popka, they had time to make those adjustments within that hour, 30 minutes.
It is.
Uh, they're a stingy defense, but our kids stayed in there. Wet conditions, soggy field, and not to mention awesome defensive line. That I think that I don't know if we're going to see a better D line collectively as we saw against Apaka. But our kids held the ball the last 6 minutes of the fourth quarter, and got those crucial first downs to keep Apaka offense off the field.
Well, I tell you one thing. I
Okay.
mean, I want Coach Cat if you want to chime in if you want to, but me and Cat just talked about the elements,
Yeah.
and Cat said, "Well, I don't know if that really the case." But I told you, Cat, and Tyrone just kind of confirmed that the elements can change the game with the weather delay, the light delay, the
Yeah.
rain, the feel, and it's hard to practice. So, like I said, you can't fly around in practice. Kind of hard to fly around the game with a lot of confidence because you're really trying to figure out what the team is doing. But somehow your team lined up and did what no one have done this year so far with a Popka is actually score on the first drive, put in the end zone. What was your game plan going in there on that
Yes.
first drive? What was your game plan to get in the end zone? Because no one else have done in the first quarter like that.
Well, we just want to take what they give us. We tell Stanley, we want him to be surgical. If you got to be checked down Charlie, you be checked down Charlie. Make good decisions with the ball. No turnovers. We know that it's going to be hard to contain them up front, but we still got to play our style of football. We still got to, run the ball, try to take the top off at times. But the conditions definitely made a factor in it. If I never played receiver, but I love the wet fields as an O lineman. But if you're a receiver, you run the routes, and your cleats are wet, the grass is wet, the ball is wet. It's tough. Um, in the end zone. But like
Yeah.
I said, hats off to Apopka, man. Very stingy defense. That was a milestone within itself, scoring on them on the first drive. I know, but we wish we could have done more. We're happy to get the win, and look forward to weeks to come.
Well,
So what was the
go,
play call? What was the play call to that actually got you guys in for six?
It was one of our double tight end sets, and it was a spacing concept, um, with a flat 8-yard hitch and the OTB 6 yards over the ball. OTB means 6 yards over the ball,
Okay.
and we just read the flat fender, and the flat was open. And Stanley did a good job of recognizing that. So it was just a
Yeah.
simple spacing concept because a pocket they stay too high. So they're always going to have those safeties
Yeah.
deep, you know, to protect them. But they, like I
Keep
said,
everything in front of them.
yeah, they won't keep everything in front of them. But like I said, very stingy defense. But that play we call it's a spacing concept. Um, and just reading the flat defender, and Stanley did a good job of capitalizing on what they gave him.
well, let me ask you. So, speaking of Stanley, Stanley's now committed to play college where?
Middle Tennessee State.
Middle Tennessee
Okay.
State, yeah. Okay. I know at one time talking to a couple schools, Duquesne, a lot of schools, they're after him very hard, and
Hmm.
he did choose Middle Tennessee State. Okay, I got you. And when you say Stanley, your confidence in him as a quarterback. There's a lot of great quarterbacks out there this year. A lot of them are a little younger than
Yeah.
Stanley, but
Uh-huh.
I mean, Stanley. I mean, how do he control the helm out there for you as an offensive coordinator when you get it out there to Stanley? And to get to get the job done. What when you think of Stanley Anderson, what do you think?
I just think of the ultimate quarterback. Great kid on the field, off the field, great parents. The older brother that was an awesome student athlete that's playing for the 49ers right now. So he has a football pedigree. And he could make every throw on the field. He can also do it with his legs as well. This is his third year with me being an offensive coordinator. So we've been together 3 years. So it's been the same stuff we've been running for the 3 years. So it's time for him to dominate. He knows the system now. He knows what to expect. He knows the expectations, and everyone believes in him, and everyone trusts in the process. Everyone is bought in. So he's just a great kid on the field, off the field. Great personality, great academic student. So he everything that you want in your quarterback.
Well, I tell you one thing, that was a good win. Dr. Phil is sitting on 3-0 right now, and they're in our top 10 and moving up, pretty well from the first time we started. But now Dr. Phil, we got to head over to play the Lake Mary Rams coming up now. High power offense, a very stingy defense, played well, played against any competition. I had opportunity to send them Friday, right?
Is it
So
oh is it a Coe before Lake
was it
Mary?
Okoye?
Oh, we play Ocoee this Friday at
Okay,
Dr.
and then you
Phillips.
got
Okay.
Lake Mary after
A
that, right?
Coe a
It's
Coe
Ocoee
is
this week. Yeah,
stingy defense, another
yeah,
stingy
yeah.
Yeah.
defense.
Okay, I got you.
Are you coming in with the exact same game plan, or do you find yourself making a couple of tweaks? Because we do know that Kobe has a stout guy on the end in Mr. Michael McClendon. Right now, he has 40 something tackles in 2 games. Um, what do you guys have in plan to handle him and that defense?
Well, shout out to Coach Buck. Coach Buck is BG doing an awesome job over there at Akoi. Really, we have our menu and we look at how they line up certain formations and see what they can give us, see what we could take advantage of. It's for us. It's just about executing. It's about executing, taking what they give us. When it comes to a kid like that, we got to always know where he is. You got to know what number 5 is, where number 1 is at all times. Are they going to put him to the strong side? Are they going to put him on the weak side? Are they going to put him at Mike backer? So last year when we played him, I mean, he played everything against us. He played defensive end. He played outside linebacker.
He
He
plays
played
everything.
inside backer.
So with that being
So
said, Dr. Philly got a schedule, a tough road coming up ahead, but I know y'all be ready for the challenge or ready to step up against anyone that get out in front of you. We wish you guys definitely the best of this season and upcoming. Wells got a lot of confidence in the team this year and with the staff and all. So I'm just glad you had the opportunity to come on and tell us a little bit, break it down a little bit about the Popka game and congratulations on that win. Good luck the rest of the season, Coach Tyrone, and we wish you guys the
Good
best.
luck this Friday, man. Good luck this Friday.
Peace. All
there
right,
you
there
go.
you heard, you had it right there with Tyrone Sapp. He broke down the Apopka for us
Thank
already because I knew it had to be something. But back to you, Katt. I gotta tell you right now. I keep telling you the element makes a difference, man. You keep saying,
It does.
oh no, oh
It
no.
does.
I'm
I
telling you.
when you're saying elements, and I mean at the end of the day, it is football. You still got to play in elements. When you go up north, you're playing in snow. When you go out west, you're playing in the desert heat. It is elements. That's football.
Yeah, but you
You
coming
gotta
from
play.
yeah, but I'm coming from 103 degrees, and all of a sudden I'm ready to go. Now it's raining for hours, thunder, light. I gotta go in the locker room and see. I got all my clothes on. I look pretty,
What
look good. I'm wet and mucky.
a
I'm not used to
pivotal
that.
point a pivotal point of what coach just said was momentum. Now I will give you that. Okay?
Okay. Oh yes, yeah.
Momentum, like you already having something going on and then being stopped completely and blah blah blah. That's different. Than just saying elements. Because you saying elements, hey, we both dealing with it. We
Oh
both
right.
are
Okay.
dealing with
Okay.
it. You
Well,
get me?
and that
But I do understand when I have the ball and I just stopped you and I'm ready to punch it in or whatever. And momentum swings is are huge.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
understand that. Okay, so momentum by the being shifted by the climate and so forth. I'll give you that
Well, after talking,
one.
I actually was talking to Rodney Wells, and he told me it got to the point where he just told him, "Hey, listen, line up and run this ball and run out this clock. Don't make no error mistake. We up. They're not moving on offense. So what he just it's raining, it's wet. So let's take advantage of just pounding down the field and
And
run out the clock. Do what they do, and we up. So we ain't got to throw. So that did well. Said that's what helped them out. Also, getting a couple break, as you heard Tyrone Sapp said, they held the ball for 6 minutes in the fourth quarter. They couldn't get in, but they ran the clock out and they won the game. So there you have it.
So
again, football is not about the situation. It's what you do or how you respond to that situation. You get what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, uh, they have to coach. You get me? So if the situation, if the circumstances have changed, now we have to adjust.
And well,
So
as you can see, they adjust and they yield.
they
So
adjusted. So
uh,
nice,
I get you. It does affect it, but by all means, you got to deal with it. I got to deal with it. So
nice.
it's football.
All right,
let's
Mr. Right
Share.
Choice.
let's yeah.
Mr. Right
Let me,
Choice.
let's so we're gonna go through these. Let's try to keep it short and simple, you guys, so we can
Okay.
break down our two games of the week. So real quick, you guys, we got Bishop Moore. They played against Bartow Yellow Jackets, 19-9. That was our number 6, you guys. So and then now we're gonna
Okay.
go to Dr. Phillips. The score we just talked about. They played Apopka,
Correct.
as you can see,
Apopka,
the
6-3.
6-3. And then next up we have Spruce Creek.
Number
That's
8.
been I don't think nobody has scored on Spruce Creek yet. Let's see.
Hold on now.
Spruce.
Spruce
So
Creek.
Spruce Creek.
Uh-oh, there you go.
Hello.
Hello.
So Creekside is a really good team out of the Duval, that area. I don't want to say Duval exactly. It
Daytona
may
area.
actually
Daytona.
be. Are you sure it's Daytona?
Yes.
I want to say, okay, excuse me, Daytona area. I was gonna say St. Augustine, but yeah, along that strip. They're a good team. They usually perform exceptionally well. You usually hear them, Bartram Trail. It's a couple of other schools that's right there in that region that are really good, and they are one. But Spruce Creek turns in another W this week, 36-29 over the Creekside Knights. Okay, on to the next. Who do we have at number 9?
We got so the last one on this list because the last number 10 is Apopka. We already got that score. So our number
Okay, so
9
they
is
were number.
no
Okay,
number 9 is Apopka. So this is the last one, which is number
no,
9, and
number
this is
9 was Edgewater.
Edgewater. Here we got 56 to a donut.
Well,
All
I want
right.
to just, I got to say that. Let me say this right here.
Okay.
If it wasn't 56-0, I'd be disappointed. And we're going to talk about that when we get into the college football games, because when you play a team like Freedom and you Edgewater, that's what the score is supposed to be. If the score was 28-21, then we have to start questioning Edgewater. Is they that powerhouse team like they used to be, or case might be? But this shows us that Edgewater, regardless of the loss to TFA, they still a top team and they still produce and they still gonna be in the hunt when it all said and done. So Edgewater beating Freedom 56-0, I expect that.
So, Edgewater did have a makeup game on Tuesday versus Wekiva High School, the Mustangs. The score ended up being 43-6, where Edgewater walked away with that W
I rest my
with
case.
ease.
I
Okay,
rest my
so
case.
the Edgewater Eagles are on a war path. Do you hear me?
Hey,
They are angry. And I don't want to deal with angry Duke. You hear me?
that's
I don't
right.
want to deal with that Duke.
Hey, so
All right?
real quick, you
Go
guys.
ahead.
Tori said Creekside is in St. Johns County. Um,
St. John's.
yeah, so I just
Creek
want to
side,
correct
yeah,
that.
not Spruce Creek, but Creek side. I got you.
The Creekside, okay. And
Creekside.
also one
Thank
little
you.
thing since I see on here, Corey Johnson said, Coach Allen has no hands. You heard it from his old center. LOL. So,
Here you go. Kojo. There you
all right,
go.
so let's go ahead and we're gonna go into our two final segments of today. Then we're gonna transition you. Then you're gonna transition you guys into college. So coming up,
Okay.
our game of the week number 2 is
Hello.
Evans versus Jones. What you guys thoughts on them scores? And I'll elaborate because I was at this game and Coach Lowe was at Lake Mary and Lakeland, and Katt was babysitting.
Hello. Hold on now.
Hey,
My
that
baby,
why?
I was prepping for my baby's
Hey, that's why.
birthday.
Hey,
You hear
that's
me?
why. No, that's why we had to call Tyrone South in, because somebody was babysitting, so we had to get somebody in to give us a breakdown. But it's good that
If
we
you
can call a
don't,
lifeline. Hey, Kat, I love it. Every week we'll give you a call a friend, call a coach,
hey, you know, I'm gonna
call a
call. I'm
coach.
gonna call somebody. Hello.
Well, hey, I don't have. I tell you
I'm
right
trying.
now, my expectation for the Jones and Evans game, I really thought that Jones would win a little bit more. But at the same time, here's what kind of changed my mindset when I about the game. And I feel like Evans was going to line up and play better, because Evans, who was very stingy on defense, they're not giving up pretty much nothing, right? And then you got to look at too. Evans do have a running back that have a desire and have the mindset to eat nails. This kid Hill, dad is probably D4. I don't care what no one say. If you heard him on our interview on the coach's corner, you knew that he gonna come out with a vengeance, and his team gonna ride his back and ride with him, and it was a proven fact. And so that right there alone, I told me that this was gonna be a good game. But of course, did I think Evan gonna be 14-7? I didn't think that. But was it possible? Why not? Because sometimes you come in with a different mindset, Tigers, and then Detroit come in a different mindset, and all of a sudden, the lineup and the game changes. So you seen it right there. It showed that Evans is a force to be reckoned with this year. I'm telling you, with that performance and what they did against Apopka and all that, Evans will be in the playoff with no problem. They're playing a tough team, and I like Evans. I like Evans. So that's just my thought about it, and y'all go from there.
What you got, Katt?
All right. So I was looking here at some of the looking at some of the stats, trying to find the stats on Max Preps, but no one necessarily puts in their stats. You get me? So I can't actually give the credit to where the credit is due for these guys because you guys aren't putting in your stats. Please put in your stats to Max Preps. It allows us to do what we need to do.
You know why they want no stats? Because Jones ain't had no stats. That's why they put no stats in. They can come at me all. They cut at me all they want. Look,
are you a Trojan? Are you a Trojan?
I didn't go to Evans.
Did you pick the Trojans in the? Did you pick the Trojans?
Hey, I did, and the whole city's talking about it because. The whole city's talking about that game because they wasn't expecting Evans to be like that. They thought the score was going to be blown out. But you know who's getting blown up? The quarterback, the VB, number 2. They was not doing anything on offense. They was getting lit up all game. The first quarter, I believe he got like 4 sacks first quarter before the rain delay.
4 sacks.
Who on defense was? Who on defense was?
Who I've been saying
in the game?
Who
Number 5.
Number 5
was making havoc. That boy's coming downhill.
First and foremost, we need to make sure we have this young man's name. We can't keep calling him number 5.
Zari Roberts.
Yeah,
Zari
Roberts.
Z-Man.
So, man, it was a great game. It started off bad because the quarterbacks threw 2 picks first quarter. Bounced back. He got Michi got a pick 6. Beginning of the game.
Again, my baby?
That's
another freshman impacting the game right now.
Pick 6. He threw a deep ball. We should never threw deep against Jones, but he threw deep, and the cornerback came out of nowhere, picked the ball off. But the key player to this game that's on that flyer, the key player on the game was Devontae balled out. He went step by step with VB on a go route. They called pass interference on him. Wasn't no pass interference.
Here we
go.
Look,
here
we go. Do you have the play?
Yes, I have the play. I have it on.
You have it queued up. You got it queued up.
He got blown up on the sideline, VB. I got that play. Look, man. The game. Look. Evans' the issue was basically quarterback play a little bit. Malcolm did a great job on one of the drives. I told him that he mixed it up. He put DJ in, which was number 11. He allowed him to play quarterback, which had the defense confused because they know he's going to run a D4 to run. It allowed them to open up the offense a little bit. Then once you get close to the end zone, he puts number 2 in. And guess what he does? He throws a touchdown to number 7. Throws a touchdown.
And number 7, Kiwanis Leonard.
Yeah, I think so.
Kiwanis Leonard. That's R&R. It should be R&R, and he a FBU team for the alumni. Kiwanis Leonard had a good game. He actually had 2 touchdowns that game. 2 touchdowns.
He did, and he caught one on VB. He broke on him on the side.
Wait a minute, Kiwanis Leonard caught a touchdown pass on the Power 5. Ooh, and wait a minute, on Vernon? Vernell?
Yes, he played defense. He played defense against Jones.
Vernell played defensive back also?
He was on that game. You only got 2 number 1s. There's only yes.
Wow.
Hey, good
So
game.
I'm looking at like the score tracker. Um, there's a lot of number 12, Jadon Adams, in here. Is there somebody, Jadon Adams? Did he do a couple of things, number
Number
12,
21.
or are they incorrect?
I'm not sure, but I know number 21 on defense was doing some stuff. I kept on seeing him every tackle. I don't know who that
But
is.
number 21,
Yeah,
he was knocking helmets off out there, boy. I was watching.
What he hit number 11. Now we'll give credit to Jones. Jones did a great job making adjustments after halftime. They did. They knew that defense was they couldn't throw against them at all, which is crazy. Jones not throwing the ball. You got a Miami commit back there and a Florida Gator commit at the on the end on the wide receiver. So they had to switch to the run game. They did a really good job, and it kind of threw them off. But as I think I talked to Coach Lowe, it's hard for a defense to always be on the field repeatedly, and they always had good field positioning because we wasn't punting the ball. Every time we punted the ball, it went 10 yards or 15 yards. Don't ask me.
Let me ask this question because you just said something now. It's interesting. So the score ended up being 28-21. Evans scored 3 times on offense, throw 2 interception, had a linebacker up and adjust. They had 2 quarterbacks rotate in. They had the running back caught cramps in the fourth quarter, and still Jones don't prevail to 1 minute and 19 seconds in the game to win this thing 28-19. Here's the question: if they play again, who win?
Mm.
Yeah, if they play again, I'll be honest. Y'all know I'll be straight up. I think it's still going to be a tight game, and the only reason I say that, I'll have to see how well our offenses adjust to our next games and see how good they play. To me, to definitely say it would just be a dog. Evans would just blow them out because offense still has to figure out how to manage and I think work with the quarterback play and just figuring out how to put them in a winning situation, I think, for the offense to win and allow the defense not to be on the field so much. So I would just say it'd be another dogfight game, but I still don't think Jones will be able to throw the ball. One thing about Evans ain't scared of nobody because they in Pine Hills. They don't care who you is.
Well, big shout out to once again. I said every week or somehow Evans always our doggone top something. Pick 3 or something. They're playing the top dog. They're playing top team. Shout out to Coach Odom for changing the game, changing the mindset of staying at Evans High and bringing back the culture at Evans High. Shout out to Elijah Williams, able to continue building a winning tradition, a winning program at Jones. We got black on black, getting it done just like that. So shout out to them two right there. Good luck for the rest of their season. But as you know, Jones did win 28-21.
So
Yeah.
before you go, Tremaine, before we go on to the next, who was your player of the game for this game?
Bro, I'd say if I had to give a player of the game, I'm gonna say Vontae. Vontae played excellent, man. He played good on defense, covered VB really good. He made some. One thing I really like. I'm a defensive guy. I play defense. He was making tackles. He was wrapping up, which I love to see. Wrapping up, making the crucial tackles that need to be. Even when he threw the ball to the side, he was still making the tackles. They probably get like 2 to 5 yards or anything like that. Doing what needs to be, being a leader on the field. He played really big. And 2, I asked him earlier why he didn't commit yet because everybody was committing. He had offers. He told me that he needed to play good against Jones. He needed to play good against Jones. They want to see him play against VB. He told me before the game when he played VB before. I think he probably caught the ball on one time on 7-7. He proved it. He proved it against this game. He showed out on offense and defense when he did get the ball. He almost got a touchdown. I think he was on the 2-yard line. I would give it to Vontae because he walked the walk and talked the talk that game. Did an excellent job. I'm proud of him. He did really good. That would be my player of the game.
Well, I want to kick back. Let me. I need to kick back. I just text Tyrone. And he just told me. Because since you brought up player of the game, I asked him who would be your player of the game. He definitely said Stanley Anderson, the quarterback. So for that game, Stanley Anderson. But this game here, we got Devontae Evan High School, the cornerback. And I want to get into the last game, the 2 national powerhouse team, Lake Merritt and Lakeland. Let's get into that right there.
Yeah. So this.
This is the one we were waiting on.
But here's the thing about this one right here. Katt actually was asleep. I was trying to call him at 12. The baby was in the left arm, one baby in the right arm.
Hey, I can't lie. I was. I surely
I was
was.
trying. Tremaine, you stayed up, dog. Thank you for staying up. Make sure I made it home safe. Katt, thank you. I made it home safe with no help of you, but it's okay.
Hey,
Look,
you made it, baby.
that
You
game right
made
there,
it.
everybody talking about that game. Look, you know that was a big, powerful game when it rained. Well, like you said earlier, Kat, all the rain delays, nobody was going to cancel no games no more. They don't.
Nobody.
They don't care if it's going to wait till 10 o'clock. They're going to play.
They, they,
We
they,
gotta
I'm,
play.
they're gonna wait. I'm telling you, they're gonna wait them games out. But like I say, it started off straight. Let's get into this game, break it down. First of all, you see it. You had two of the top quarterbacks around. You had the University of Notre Dame commit, which Notre Dame might need him right now because they quarterback did a terrible job and lost against a
Oh
NAIA
my
high school.
God.
But anyway, let me move on. Then you had Xander Smith. He's committed to North Dakota State University, team that pretty much gave Colorado a run for their money. So you got some two top quarterbacks. And I mean, it was a good game. And what's amazing about it, they look like quarterbacks, man. I'm gonna be honest to you. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real. I thought I had like a John Elway and a Joe Montana old school football out there. Big, tall, strong boy, 6'3", 220 pounds out there playing quarterback, drop up in the pocket and getting the job done. So it was an amazing show. But all said and done, that game started off very, very interesting because Lake Mary had an opportunity, but they didn't get in. And then Lakeland came in and hit a beautiful screenplay, get down the field. And next thing they pounded in, they winning. They're up 7-0. And just like any other game of Friday night, lightning strike, hold the game down. They were determined to play. Lakeland drove too far. I'm talking about it was 7 o'clock when we lined up on the field with 9:03 to be exact. And they lined up and played that game. And I don't know what they told Noah Grubbs, but they must have told him something because he got out there and got the job done. I mean, just went right down the field. We call it pitch and catch. I'm not talking about throwing nickels. Noah grew up with throwing dimes. I'm talking about all the way down the field. Beautiful pass, beautiful touchdown. I did a play-by-play on my Twitter and touchdown, right? Number 5, jump up in there. And at the same time, they mix and match so well. You talking about well-coached team like Lake Mary. It was mix and match. I'm talking about run the ball with Isaiah Thomas, throw the ball, throw it, run it, throw it, run it, throw it. Noah Gross in the backfield, just poised as ever. And once again, he did not get sacked. It's just that easy for him. He know how to play the game. So it's a great opportunity right there. I'm very impressed. The second thing is when the linebacker a touchdown and we think we got a 7-on-7 game, Katt, I mean, out of nowhere, they get the ball back again. They score again. So, I mean, this just touchdown just going at it. And, you know, we figure, hey, 14-7, everybody's surprised and shocked. But what people don't know is both these teams are ranked. Both these teams are top state teams. They rank high. And so it wasn't a surprise that it was going to be a good game. I don't know why people think Lakers are going to blow them out. But that wasn't the thought process, definitely for Lake Mary. But then all of a sudden you get a kickoff, and Lake Mary let the guy run it back 99 yards. A 99, maybe 98-yard kick return straight down the middle. He split that field like partners Red Sea. It was gone. It was a touchdown. So now you got 14-14 in the game, and they come back and they tick for tack. He scores, he scored, and get on down to the end. Here what's so interesting about this game. I'm just fast forwarding a little bit because you seen the poise of these two quarterbacks in that game. And when Xander was getting sacked, he get right back up. When Grubbs, the team, they got stopped, he came right back. And you seen the poise of this team and the coaches. No rattle. You knew they were top-tier team, top-tier coaches, top-tier quarterbacks. And that's why this game here got down to 16 seconds. 16 seconds left in the game. Lake Mary winning. Finna go home with the victory. Lakeland gets the ball and throw it up to their man Scooter, number 5. Call him Scooter because he was scooting. He catch the ball. I don't know if they said an 80-yard touchdown to tie the score. Yeah, they tie the score. We're going overtime. Lakeland get the ball first. 3rd down and 5, Xander Smith, quarterback, bootlegs and score in the left pylon. Lakeland up, make their kick. Lake Mary come in, first play, Isaiah Thomas, touchdown. Lake Mary said, why go for the tie? It's 12 o'clock. We ready to go
For the
home.
win.
Let's go for the win. And that spoke volume. And sure enough, Noah Grubb standing in the pocket. I have to say it. They wide open in the right pylon, back in the end zone, overthrow him. Game over. Lakeland's the winner.
There it is.
And there it is. Football 101.
Coach,
Coach
you
Lo-
got a chance to see this game in person. Who was your player of the game?
You know what? You made me say something, and I think about something, so let me do a little bit more research. I want to break this down here. So let's break it down. Noah Grubb was sitting at 176 yards, no interceptions, only had 2 missed passes, and 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns. While
4
Thomas is running,
touchdowns.
yeah, and 4
Go
touchdowns.
ahead, keep going.
Thomas rushed for 135 yards and a touchdown with a strong performance. Thomas now averaged an impressive 103 yards per game. He's a 100-yard runner. Huge. Xander Smith had a dynamite game for Lakeland. He would throw for 232 yards, but he had 2 touchdowns. While he was picking up 10.5 yards per attempt, also punching a touchdown on the ground. That's the most total yards Smith have posted since October 2023. Once again, for me, the poise to play like that, regardless of the loss, regardless of the throw, but put him in that position and do what he did and come back. I mean, just watching him and why it showed why he'll Notre Dame commit. For me, it was Noah Grubbs.
Okay.
That was good. Go
I
ahead, Ken.
think that I'm gonna go with Xander. I'm gonna go with Xander Smith this week for this win. He led his team exceptionally well all game, and to stand up in the paint versus a team that you basically had to outshoot. Um, he did exactly what he was supposed to do: deliver for his team, be the man, and actually to punch it in on a bootleg in the in the overtime. By all means, that's how it's supposed to go down.
No
Um,
So okay, go ahead, Kat. We got a couple of minutes. We got like until we get time. Go ahead, finish off real quick.
I will say this: out of all of our games of the week this weekend were decided within a 7 point or less deficit. Okay, Coach, how do you feel about that? Did the defenses come to play? Were both offenses come to play? What was the what was your synopsis for these games?
transfers.
Okay, so all right, so we're gonna transition.
That's your whole synopsis.
So we're gonna segue the transfers over. We got like 10 minutes
Okay,
before
there it is.
our time. So
Wait.
Go
Who's
ahead,
winning?
come on.
We're gonna do
We
it.
got the picks.
Oh, what, before
Oh,
before
yeah,
we
the
go to that,
picks.
before we go to that, real quick, hold on 1 second. Did Coach give you the stats for Stanley? Do you got his stats? I tried to
He
text him, ask him.
Let me
I
see.
just tried to text him. So real quick, Devontae, he texted me his stats. I forgot to mention one thing. He had 1 pick, 1 pass breakup, 8 tackles, 0 catches. 0 catches versus VB, and he picked off the Miami commit.
Man, here's what we do. We break it down, get the stats of Stanley, and we'll announce the player of the week tomorrow. We'll announce the player of the week tomorrow. How about that?
All right, sounds good. So, real quick before we transition over, this week I am 2-1. I won against who I won against? Apaka DP. I picked DP, and I picked Lakeland over Lake Mary, and I lost the game against Evans and Jones. Katt, there's no point me mentioning the games. He's 3-0, so he won all 3. And Coach Lowe lost against Apopka because he bleeds blue, whatever he say. So that's so. That's it.
He lost the Lake Mary
we all
game
had
as well. He had a 1-2. You went
Oh,
1-2,
1 and
You
2.
correct?
lost 2 games.
You
You
went
lost two
one and
Dang you,
two.
games.
Cat. Shut up, Cat.
You
Why you
sure
Hey,
talking
I'm
did.
just telling. Hey, you
that
tired now, sir?
Oh, so let's segue over to these transfers real quick. Coach Lowe wanted to talk about the transfers, and college football was yesterday. So
Yeah,
and he wanted to bring it up because sorry. He's struggling in 2 areas: Florida State and his son team Notre Dame. They lost to a team they should never ever in life lose to. Let's talk about that real quick, Coach Lowe.
Well, this, when I look at I go back and look at the portal, and you look at Colorado had 40, I want to say 45
Transfers.
transfers.
yeah,
Nebraska only had 11.
They still got demolished.
Now think about that. Why? Look at the difference, Cat. We talked about this now. To have 45 athletes to try to come together and separate egos, work together, camaraderie, unity, all that team bonding, all that matters. When I come over here to a guy, I only got 11 to deal with over here. That means majority of my team been together for a year or two. They work
yeah,
together. They know each other. They feel each other. That number 5 for Nebraska, he been there here 3 years. 3 years start. He was a monster. But everybody was on his back. They knew it. They believe in him. Everybody was side by side. So you seen the bond and the team when it come down to transfer. And now you see the results. Now, people can say what they want to say. Oh, Colorado line was too small, or Colorado got a lot going on. And not just that. When they were going to halftime, to me, Travis Hunt the best player on earth right now when it comes to college. He's a beast. But he walked off, and the first thing I see him do, blow a kiss at halftime, and they showed a picture of his girlfriend. I seen it. They blow a kiss to his girlfriend at halftime. Wait a minute. Y'all down 28-3, and you blowing kisses? But you know what? You know what Nebraska was doing at halftime? Trying to see how they're going to put 28 more on them. That's what they were doing.
What Deion did mention this. He looked at a moral victory as in they didn't score nothing second half. And as we know last year, they was getting destroyed. So he looked at it as in second half, they won 10-0. They scored 10 points. He said he had to always look. He said there's always a positive in every single game, and he said the positive he took away from this game was second half they went 10-0 compared to last year when the defense was worse and it was always scoring, I guess, through all games. So when I read an article, that was Deion's perspective from the game, that there's always a plus in every game.
Well, that'd be my perspective too.
Shut up. You're gonna say something crazy.
Let's move on. So let's move on to Notre Dame. Notre Dame,
Why?
they go.
All right.
Here's why, Cat. Here's why. Notre Dame. Listen, Coach Freeman. I think he's a great coach, and I still think he's a great coach. But when you go line up against Texas A&M, who have 35 transferred, and all of them got $100,000. You know what I mean? 100,000 is 100,000. 100,000 is 100,000. It's just what it is. Notre Dame ain't really paying you like that. You know what I mean? They give you education for your degree. But at the same time, they go whoop up on Texas A&M. Okay, we all set, we ready. Were they on emotional high when they're playing Northern Illinois at home? And I got this team? Or was that quarterback really the quarterback thought he was, the transfer from Duke? Now, see, all that changing. Now, when all said and done, is he ready for it? Mentally, is he ready to play in a Notre Dame stadium? You played at Texas A&M, it was cool, but now I'm at home. I'm at Notre Dame. The expectation, everybody on my back, I got this. Did he get cocky? What happened? Do he know the Notre Dame way? Evidently, he didn't, because he played terrible. They got their butt whooped in Northern Illinois University, and now everybody want to get rid of the coach. Well, this is what happened when you want to bring out a transfer in. You brought a guy in from Duke to be your quarterback. Your academic better than Duke academic. So all this transfer report is amazing. So now I'm going to really get down to a little bit more homework. Let's talk about some scores. I don't know if you got any scores you can pull up. What's the score with Penn State? You seen that score?
Hold on.
Penn State score. Pull up Penn State score. I want y'all to. I'm telling you now. You don't know who's going to win, Cat. I'm on it.
You on one today. I'm letting you, Church.
You don't know who's going to. You don't know who's gonna win no more. Nobody know who's gonna win these games. I'm gonna tell you something. I wish I was a betting man. I go to Vegas and live there for the rest of the season because I win every weekend. Know why? The teams everybody think gonna win, not gonna win because the portal is destroying all team unity, all everything that's possible for the kid for team to win. It's hard. Okay, let's go. What you got? Boys, you can stop at Oregon State. Oregon playing Boise, 37-34. You would think that Oregon be blowing them out in a sense, but that wasn't the case.
Well,
Yeah.
37
look, hold
34.
on,
I don't know.
hold on, hold on real quick. Boise State may be coming back to when they was really good. So how can you say that?
Man. Okay, let me go check how many people they got from their team on the portal.
Well, we'll
I'm
do
gonna see
that
how
on
many
next week.
transfer they got.
We'll figure that one out.
But now Bowling
Okay,
Green ain't never been good.
okay, Penn State playing against Bowling Green, 27-34. What are we
Yeah.
doing? That know what? That's what happened. You start putting these teams together.
Alabama
Hey,
struggled
we
versus
look.
USF.
Look.
Nah,
I
you
think
know, yeah.
look. I just think we
you
have an
speaking
issue with
French.
I just think
French.
we have an issue with USF, like when we used to have issue with Ole Miss. That's the only thing I can think of.
Nah,
They
USF
make
ran yeah, fourth quarter. They
Bro,
went ran out
look.
there, they probably would have beat Alabama.
So real quick, USF is technically not that bad. Cause last year they only lost like 6 games. They beat the crap out of Syracuse in the bowl game. USF, and then too, I like what Coach Lowe said earlier. I think that team has stuck together for a little while. They don't get a lot of transfers to come in. So, and that quarterback is kind of highly ranked, like All-American or something like that too as well. And the running back had 100 yards. So they're really not a bad team.
Right. I
Compared
said
to
that.
no,
Okay. Let's roll up to Michigan. That's national champion.
they
Texas came in.
horrible.
Texas came in and beat them like they stole a big fat juicy ribeye steak. I'm telling you now, a ribeye steak. I mean that's how he.
Yeah,
I mean, dog, 31-12. What that score? 31-12.
it's right here, right here,
all
31 to
right.
12. Well, that
Oh my
might be an
God!
issue.
Come on.
What about that? Come on, Cat. You look like you used to play for Michigan.
So our man, leave Michigan alone. Go blue. Y'all know I love blue. Hey, anyway, right? So as I see it, is that back in the day, right? There used to be some really good players that weren't known when they first got. They didn't have all the glitz and glamour, but because they didn't have the glitz and the glamour, they worked that much harder. They had that much more uh, 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 firepower to make that starting position, that to make the roster. Okay, nowadays I don't know if we even have walk-ons anymore, Coach. Um, the amount of highly talented kids or highly publicized, marketed kids that keep coming in and keep on just regenerating. You go from this school to that school to this school. When do you really get a chance to develop your athlete anymore? These schools used to really develop their athlete, but these athletes have forgotten something. They forgot to keep the main thing the main thing.
All right, Dion.
All right? Hello, I'm just being real. Do you know what the main thing is? Football, not marketing, not NIL, not whatever, because at the end of the day, if you can't perform in football, what value does your NIL have?
Hey, Moneyball versus football. That's what it is now. Is it Moneyball or is it football? We already know it's Moneyball, and they're not going to change the NIL. The transfer portal is showing up a lot more now.
A lot more.
Georgia Tech get beat by Syracuse. Is that a surprise? Who knows? Both teams were terrible last year, in
Okay.
my opinion. Now look what happened. The game,
So
it's just different.
I will say this. Now when we had this conversation early, your point of the situation was that they don't get to develop their athletes and their pieces as much as before and so forth. I'm gonna actually fire back at that notion. All right. With the transfer portal, you have better quarterback play.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You're
Mm-hmm.
having better quarterbacks across the entire ordeal. So now the value of you having great athletes over my great athletes is now a little bit diminished because my quarterback is better than yours. Let's talk about
rivalry,
all right.
late 80s, mid 90s.
Last year we were struggling. We were having issues and problems. This year though, because we did have the emergence of the transfer portal and we were
Yeah.
able to get Cam Ward, guess what? We look completely different.
Hmm.
Completely different. And I'm going to be honest. If we take Cam Ward out of that situation, I don't think that team is the same at all. Okay?
Hey, I agree. I agree. Northern Illinois quarterback came from Arkansas Pine Bluff. Went to Northern Illinois University. Hey, beat Notre Dame.
But again, in this transfer portal era, right? You have quarterbacks who have gone through the transition year already, who understand how a college ordeal works, how you're supposed to be working, where you're supposed to be early in the morning, where your workouts, blah blah blah. I understand it because I've been through it already. So my maturity level is way better than someone who is coming out of high school, period.
Right.
Correct.
So what I'm saying is I don't think that the transfer portal is actually hurting in the sense that you're not being able to develop culture, and because you're really not
Ah,
being able to
ah.
develop culture. You're not being able to develop your athletes, but the athlete or the quarterback, the main piece of the whole puzzle, is a lot better than what you've had in years
But
past.
maybe, yeah, well, I can see that too. And they're why the quarterback move around because they privileges and they spoil rotten. They got to go on to one quarterback. We know we already know about the
So,
quarterback
hey,
situation. But I tell you
so
this right here: when all said and done,
let's,
it shows in the numbers, it shows in the game, it shows who wins, it shows who loses. So hey, good luck to them guys, and I hope they finally realize that high school players can make it happen if you just get them there early, get them an early enrollee, get them there in the summer. Here's why I say that, because if you watch it right
You're right
now
though.
with Kyber Mustang last year graduated Sincere Edwards. He committed UCF, decommitted, went to Pitt. He lined up Saturday and got a sack. Got
yeah,
a
I
sack
tried.
as a
Dang
freshman.
it. I tried to find the play, but I couldn't find it real quick. I guess it's gone off the his stories. I was gonna try to play it real quick, but I do
Yeah.
have off that real quick because I know you got that. I'm gonna pull up Tommy Hill because
Right.
Tommy Hill got a
Yes,
pick last year. So
Right.
hold on one
big
second.
shots out. No, I gotta
All right,
talk
hey,
about
uh,
Tommy the Hill.
okay,
Yeah, I didn't
Hey
want
my
well,
let's
I
God.
watch this.
want
Let's
watch
watch
this
this real
right
quick.
here.
They were off into the top 10. It was 3 against 2 a couple of times. Back and forth it went. In the here and now, right now in Lincoln, this is trouble for Colorado. They've had the ball twice. They have negative 22 rushing yards. Shador Sanders is standing in his own end zone on 1st and 10.
This is a horrible call.
7 yards deep. Lets it
This
go.
is a horrible call.
Pick 6.
That was a horrible call.
Yeah.
Tommy Hill. The short run to the house.
So what I want to do right there, that was a play I want to make sure we give a shout out to our Central Florida boy, Edgewater High School, Tommy Hill, committed Arizona State, transfer in the portal, went in the portal, transfer over to Nebraska, stuck it out for 2 years, right? Stuck it out, got better. A new coach staff came in, figured it out. They believed in him. I talked to the coach up there, and he said, hey, listen, we making it happen. We figured it out, and sure enough, he showed up big, got a pick 6 against Colorado. We played up against Travis Hunter the whole game. He was in Travis Hunter head. Travis Hunter did have his highest catch, his highest yard, but he didn't score on Tommy Hill. And like he do with everybody else. So shout out to Central Florida, Mr. Tommy Hill from there alone. And I say also we shout out to Sincere Edwards for starting, over there at Pitt. So I did want to throw a couple of shout out. And one more shout out to Aiden Warner from Winter Park. He was at Yale, came home, walked on at Florida Gators, came back. He played out 7 on 17, and I was proud to see him get there and play. I seen on the Twitter, he said he's now second string at Florida as a walk-on. So anything possible. He had a great game. So shout out to our Central Florida boys.
I got another one for Central Florida. BJ played against Maryland. At Maryland, he played against Michigan State. He had true freshman, had 2 tackles and 1 solo from Saturday game.
Nice. So there you go. You have it right there with our Central Florida boys doing some things. Always want to shout it out to them right there on Sports Club Florida, where you get all the updates from high school, from college, and recognize the Central Florida top 10, big 3, come from Coach Katt, Mr. Right Choice, and your boy Coach Lowe, a.k.a. the Camp King. And we can't wait to get moving to midweek. Get ready for the midweek so we can give you our top 10 new pick. Or we're going to drop that tomorrow. We're going to drop that top 10, Katt.
Well, tomorrow.
Our top 10 will drop tomorrow. So we'll drop it tomorrow.
And also, you guys, whoever's watching this, we do apologize if we did not mention your babies that play on Saturday. So what we like for you guys to do is just DM us or put a comment below to watch out for your son so we can show you guys love. Because as we know, Central Florida got a lot of kids that play in college right now, and it's kind of hard to keep. It's kind of hard to keep up with every single kid. But to help us out, if you let us know, we can shout them out too. We don't want to leave nobody left behind, and we're not doing nothing on purpose, you guys. It's just some people that just stick out to us more than others only because they either pop up on our social media or something like that. That's real quick.
Well, we know them. We have a relationship with them. By all means, and we're waiting to make a relationship with you. So don't feel that we're sliding you or anything. Ask a question, and we are here to help you. We are here to celebrate you and your children. So by all means, help us help you.
And last thing and not least, I want to thank everybody that has been tuning in to us. We really appreciate all you guys' feedback. We've been getting great feedback, by the way, of the show. And we always like to get better as we grow. So definitely reach out to us independently or whatnot and let us know what you like and what you think you would like us to do moving forward so we can make this show better and better every single week. So I want to say thank you all you guys again. We got our partners here. Katt with R&R Sports, and we got Coach Lowe, the Camp King, Excel Speed. So we got the main guys here on the host. Mr. Right Choice is here, and we out, and we see you guys on another week when I'm gonna go 3-0 next week. And I'm out.
Hand on the game, we are not playing the same. No, we not looking to change. Hand on the road, they think we lacking the drive. Boy, you should stay in your lane. Foot on the gas, I do not care if I